You've been taught to chase her, text more, compliment more, try harder, and yet she pulls away. She becomes colder, more distant. And you become more invisible. But what if I told you there's a move so powerful, so magnetic, that when you do it, she will chase you every time? This isn't about playing games. This isn't about pretending you don't care. And it definitely isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about understanding a fundamental truth that 95% of men miss. You don't attract women by chasing them. You attract women by becoming the man they want to chase. Most men are trained from a young age to seek approval, to win her over, to be nice enough or persistent enough so she finally gives him a chance. But here's the brutal reality. The more you try to convince her of your value, the more you reveal that you don't believe in it yourself. Let me make something clear. Women don't chase men who chase them. They chase men who walk away from the chase itself. The man who doesn't seek her validation, the man who moves like he has something more important than her attention. That man doesn't pursue, he attracts. You want her to chase you? Then stop orbiting her. Stop reacting to her every move like a dog hoping for scraps. Instead, become a gravitational force. Every time you double text, every time you rearrange your schedule for her flaky reply, every time you beg for closure, you tell her one thing: I need you more than you need me. And nothing kills attraction faster than neediness. Neediness is the disease. Mission is the cure. Women don't fall in love with men who obsess over them. They fall for men who are obsessed with their own growth, their own path, their own standard of excellence. Here's the truth. The less you need her, the more she feels she needs you. Because women chase what feels just out of reach, but deeply grounded in self-worth. They are magnetized by mystery, purpose, and power, not desperation. So how do you flip the dynamic? What's the shift that makes her chase you instead? It begins with this. Walk away, not as a tactic, but because you have standards. Not because you're trying to make her miss you, not because you're faking indifference, but because you value yourself enough to walk away from crumbs. When she pulls away, let her. When she's lukewarm, don't convince her. When she's playing games, you play life. Because the moment she feels you could walk away and never look back is the moment she looks back and realizes what she lost. Scarcity creates value. Predictability breeds boredom. When your presence isn't guaranteed, your worth skyrockets. That's basic human psychology. She doesn't want to be your whole world. She wants to orbit a man who already has one, a man who's going somewhere without her if necessary. Build your life so full of passion, discipline, and purpose that she wants in, not because you invited her, but because she's curious where you're going. Make your life interesting, even if no woman is watching. Make your progress so undeniable, so magnetic, that being around you feels like momentum. People chase significance, and significance lives in progress, not in obsession. That's how you become the exception. That's how you become unforgettable. Now let's go even deeper. Strength draws her in, but controlled vulnerability makes her stay. What does that mean? It means you lead with presence, with focus, with unwavering self-respect. But at the right moment, when she's earned it, you show her a glimpse of your truth, a scar from your past, a dream you've never shared, a mistake you've grown from. Let her earn access to your emotional world. But don't hand it over because you're desperate to be liked. That's not connection. That's emotional begging. Controlled vulnerability means you're strong enough to be soft, but only when it's real, only when it's earned. That contrast is addicting, because now, you're not just another guy. You're a story. You're a riddle. You're a man with layers, with edges, with a pulse. And in a world full of shallow charm and surface-level confidence, you'll stand out like fire in the cold. Contrast creates obsession. Strength plus vulnerability. Mystery plus depth. When she senses you're not trying to impress her, but to express yourself, she leans in. And now, she's chasing, not because you played hard to get, but because she knows you're hard to forget. Let's talk psychology. Real psychology. What she fears losing, she values more. When she senses that your time, attention, and heart aren't guaranteed, you become a challenge. And challenges awaken her competitive instincts. She doesn't want to feel satisfied. She wants to feel excited, uncertain, curious. When your interactions create emotional spikes, moments of mystery, playfulness, followed by silence, you trigger her dopamine system. And just like that, She's addicted to figuring you out, not because you're being cold, but because you're not giving her everything at once. You're living your life, you're building your legacy, and she can either walk beside you or be left behind. Here's a truth most men never hear. She doesn't fall in love with you. She falls in love with the version of herself you make her feel like. The man who evokes depth, not just desire, wins her heart. Not the one who tries to be her savior, not the one who gives her the world in hopes of affection, but the one who shows her a new world within herself. You become her mirror, her spark, her reminder of what it feels like to be fully alive. So stop asking, how do I get her to like me? Start asking, what kind of man do I have to become so she can't ignore me? The truth is, the man who knows his worth never has to prove it. He doesn't advertise it. He doesn't beg anyone to see it. He simply lives it through his actions, his habits, and the way he shows up to life. You see, a high-value man isn't created when a woman finally validates him. He's created in silence, in the gym before sunrise, in the late nights grinding for his vision, in the quiet moments of reflection when no one is watching. Because here's the secret. She chases the man who is chasing something bigger than her. You don't need to explain your worth. You need to embody it. You need to become it. Stop trying to talk your way into her heart. Let your focus, your energy, and your life speak so loudly that she can't ignore you. Because she can spot a man with direction from a mile away, and it captivates her. Not because you need her, but because she can sense you're going somewhere powerful, and she wants to be a part of it. So ask yourself, what kind of man am I building? Am I becoming the man she chases, or the man who waits for a text back? If your answer reveals weakness, don't panic. That's your starting point. Use it. Let it drive you forward, because here's the honest truth. No one is coming to save you. Not her, not the world, not even this video. You are the builder of your identity. You are the craftsman of your character. And the moment you take full responsibility for your growth, that's when everything shifts. That's when the world begins to respond differently. That's when women begin to look at you not as an option, but as an opportunity. Because a man who chooses himself first radiates power, and power attracts. The man she chases isn't perfect. He makes mistakes. He stumbles. He doubts himself sometimes. But what makes him different? He keeps moving forward. He doesn't let rejection define him. He doesn't let silence shake him. He doesn't let flaky women destroy his rhythm. Instead, he sharpens himself. He trains. He learns. He adapts. He stops chasing what's running away and instead becomes the destination. Women are emotional creatures. They respond to energy, not just words. And when you walk through life with purpose, with composure, with grounded masculinity, she feels it. When she texts you and you don't reply immediately because you're immersed in your mission, she notices. When you smile at her but keep your boundaries strong, she feels the shift. And when you don't need her, but clearly choose her, that is irresistible. That is because she's not just looking for someone who likes her. She's looking for a man she has to earn, a man who commands respect, who walks like he belongs, who acts like time is his currency, and he spends it wisely. You want her to chase you? Then become rare. Rare in your discipline, rare in your confidence, rare in your emotional control. Most men fold under pressure. Most men get shaken when she pulls back. Most men panic when they feel they're losing her, but not you. You lean into the discomfort, you smile at the test, because you know this is exactly what separates boys from men. Attraction is not about perfection, it's about energy, it's about posture, it's about the life you're building. So build it, brick by brick, silently, powerfully. Let her watch from a distance. Let her wonder why she can't stop thinking about you. Let her realize she let go of a man who didn't need her, but still would have chosen her. And when she comes back, when she finally starts to chase, you won't need her. Because by then, you'll have become the man you were meant to be, and the man who becomes whole on his own is the one who is always chased. Do this, and she'll chase you, every time. She doesn't want a man who chases her. She wants a man she has to work to keep. Be that man. Not because you're pretending, but because you've finally realized you are the prize. You are not desperate. You are not waiting. You are not dependent. You are centered, grounded, focused. You are the exception. And in a world full of boys who beg to be chosen, you are the man who chooses himself first. Subscribe for more Stoic dating power. And remember, the man who doesn't chase gets chased.